Hello. Hi kids, slightly early. Just going to play some background music for a little while till we get to 8 o'clock. Hope everyone's well. I hope you can hear me nice and loud and clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looks like it's coming through there, which is brilliant. Good, good, good. I can hear music, which is brilliant. Epidemic sound, by the way, just playing a few tunes prior to the main stream. That will all become apparent why I'm doing that a little bit later on. Stand by. 2 minutes. How's everyone been? All right? Good? Hugh Demand. Whip Profit heading in the house. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Rob Thomas is in as well. Thank you. Hi to you. Loud and clear. Good. Ah. 19:59 over here in the UK. Whatever time it is, wherever you are. Get ready. Does this work? Yeah, that works. I like that. What about the other one? Ah! Exclamation mark. That's not good. Oh, I know why. Lights aren't plugged in. It's okay. Worried there about the Stream Deck. Does that one work? Yay! Good. Good. Stand by. Hey, Rich. Rich Vibes in the house. Just waiting for this track to finish and then we'll start the countdown. Stand by. Sounds like a bit of reggae, man. Love this. Two, three, four. Just making sure I don't get the feedback. I'll listen to the music, but Danny Davis is in, working nice and hard, but also listening to the stream. Good man. Well done. 8 o'clock. This is a long track. I'll fade it down. Hey. Hello, everybody. Welcome along to the Love Audio's YouTube channel. My name is Paul Webber. Great to be on tonight. Where it is in the UK, of course, it's 8 p.m. or just gone anyway. Wherever it is, whatever time it is, wherever you are, please do let us know in the comments. Paul has a spring in his step, says Rich Vibes. You are not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. Great to be here. So, thank you very much indeed. If you've joined us tonight, let's say hi to some people first of all, shall we? Hi to Danny Davis, listening in Essex in the UK. Rich Vibes in Exeter in the UK. Hugh Demand in Canada. Hello to you. Rob Thomas, listening, and I completely forget. I think it's Ohio. Forgive me if I'm wrong, Rob, but I think it's Ohio this time. Ina's listening in Denmark, so we have an international crowd today. Dan Woodward is listening maybe in the Swindon area, I think, unless he's moved. Or you were in Brighton, but was that just a holiday? Not quite sure, but anyway, great to have everybody along tonight. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Quite excited about tonight's stream, as you'll find out as we go through tonight. But what is Love Audio Production all about? Essentially, it's a platform, a very fun, hopefully fun, entertaining, informative platform where you can learn the basics in audio production. So if you guys are on board with all of that, please give the video a thumbs up and a like, and we'll get on with it, shall we? What a great idea. Where's my button? I've lost my button. There it is. Gonna be one of those guys.
Love Audio.
Oh, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. I was up at 6 a.m. Let me just to fill you in a bit of kind of background what's going on here. And Rich Vibes is quite right. I've got a spring in my step for a very good reason. I was up at 6 a.m. I came here overnight to set up the studio, the stuff that you'll see on the NDI camera that we're going to be pointing at the gear very shortly. But came last night to set all of that up because I wanted to do that because I go live, or as live anyway, on Zest Liverpool each and every Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. And so I needed to be able to record that show and get it ready and get it on air, of course, this morning at 10 o'clock. So I was up at 6 getting ready to record that at 6:30, and after that I've been painting and decorating in the house, which is just, this is a garage, by the way. We're in a garage or garage, whichever part of the world you come from, whatever you call it, wherever you are, then that's perfectly fine by me. Garage is what we call it here in the UK. Garage if you're posh, or if you're from America you call it a garage, right? Carport, car lot, whatever you want to call it. All right, that's where we are right now. So this is the studio as you see it, and it won't be as brick garage. Rob Thomas, garage. No, garage, not garage. That's like carriage. That's very interesting. Rob's got this thing about he and I, pronouncing American stuff different to English stuff and things like that. We are, Rob, I keep promising this, but we are going to do a show like that, aren't we? That's it, garage without the I, perfect. Carnage, says Hugh Demand, Whip Profit, naughty. But you're probably right. It will be carnage tonight. So yeah, let me just fill you in. So I've been doing some painting and decorating in the house, just doing some walls which needed doing, stripping some wallpaper, things like that. So did that, and then kind of got ready for tonight's stream, all that kind of stuff, and managed to get all of the stuff plugged in. There's only a couple of things that I haven't retrieved from my flat yet, but I'm going to be back there again several times this week until it's all done. I'm hiring a van on Thursday, bringing everything back to this place. Next Monday's stream will be a little less chaotic, but it's fine, and it works, so that's good. Yeah, so let's make sure we've said hi to some people. Rob Thomas, hi to you. We've already said hello to Whip Profit. Hello to you, Rob Thomas. Oh, yeah, so I'm just reading the comments. Rich Vibes, hello to you. Ina from Denmark, and Dan from Swindon. I'm in a new place. Yes, this is a new place, Rob. Long story short, moving back in with my ex, and we're just going to kind of take things steady to start with, but I am starting afresh, let's say, from the 29th of April, which is in a few days' time. So, yeah, that's the kind of story, and, happy to answer any questions on that, so that's absolutely fine. But tonight, more focused on the fact that we're going to unbox and test out the RODECASTER Pro. As you may know, I got rid of my PreSonus Studio Live 32SC desk. That was last week, I believe. Put it on, I can't believe it. It needs a screen behind you like a proper radio studio. Yeah, you're probably right, Danny, but that's all in good time. a massive screen there with the logo on it, a bit like Matt Haas does on his show. So where was I? Yeah, so sold the desk, put it on Facebook, put it on eBay, and within an hour, seriously, guys, I kid you not, within an hour, a guy had put in the top bid for it. There's a guy that runs a band in Yorkshire. He may even be on tonight. If you are, hi to you. I think it's Chris. I believe your first name is Chris. Hi, Chris, if you're watching. I hope you're enjoying the new mixer. It went to North Yorkshire, so hopefully the cold didn't get to it too much, and it arrived safely. I know that because you messaged me and said that it did. So I hope you're gradually working your way around it. As Rob pointed out last week, you're getting rid of the mixer. Does that mean end of the PreSonus stuff? No, it doesn't, because I'll still be using the PreSonus Studio One 5.5 Pro. That's the software that I use for my DAW, Digital Audio Workstation, okay? So that's absolutely fine. That still stays where it is. What I have changed is the mixer. So last week was using a Denon, a DJ mixer, but it didn't have phantom power, so that was out for me. Couldn't use that all the time. So now I've bought the RODECASTER Pro. It's got Class A servo-biased preamps, so they're really, really good. I've got the Aphex on board, effects and things like that, which I'll show you very soon. It's got buttons. I can do this, like that, and all that kind of stuff. A bit like the Stream Deck, but, on board, which is pretty cool. And all will be revealed. Let me first of all show you the box that it comes in. So if you're looking to get one of these, here's what it comes in, okay? Beautiful box, like this, with a picture of the product on the front, which is cool. And it's got this, Rode always do this kind of sleeve thing on the outside of the box itself, okay? Now, that's okay until you try and open it, and then you rip the cardboard. So yeah, in fact, that was already done before I got it. So somebody had obviously tried to open it at the factory or whatever, but I'm not bothered about that too much. So that comes off like that. It's just an empty kind of cardboard sleeve, like that. It's got details on the back of the product. Let's put that on the floor so I don't drop it. So on the back here, you've got details about what it does. You've got large color touch screen. You've got instant recording to micro SD card. I don't have a micro SD card plugged into mine just yet, but I will be soon. You can access audio options from each push of the button at the top of the fader. Fader controls up to 4 microphones, which is brilliant. That's all I need for what I do. Solo and mute buttons for easy audio control and setup. I will talk you through that as we go through tonight, which is pretty cool. Separate headphone outputs for up to 4 presenters or guests, which is great. Monitor level control for loudspeakers. Yes, loudspeakers are on, but I'm not feeding back, as you can probably tell, which is cool. 8 programmable pads for instant jingle or sound effects playback. Now that's a real bonus as far as I'm concerned, because trying to find something audio wise is a nightmare. If I wanted to do like jingle of the week like we used to do, right, I'd have to go searching for the jingle. I'd have to program it into vMix and then program it into the Stream Deck keys, all that kind of jazz. Now I can drag and drop it onto a piece of software, which I'll show you again on screen very shortly, but we'll get around to that. So the back of it, it's got a Kensington security lock. That's one of those things that if you want to tie it to something so it doesn't get nicked, then that's fine. Monitor loudspeakers connection. Got that already done, dialed in. USB for computer setup, recording and audio playback. Correct. Micro SD card we've already spoken about. 4 independent headphone outputs on a 1/4-inch jack. And then you've got 4 XLR inputs for your microphones. And you've also got, believe it or not, you can connect it to your smartphone via TRRS cable. Now my fandangled phone has got USB-C to USB-C, so it hasn't got one of those mini jacks on it anymore, which is a shame, but there we are. But the good thing is you can bring any phone or anything else via Bluetooth into the mixing desk itself, which is, I think, a pretty cool thing to do. So we can have like a phone conversation, bring that up as a guest, all that kind of stuff. It's just really, really good. So what do you get in the box? Obviously, you get the RODECASTER Pro, which is obviously the main deal. But let me show you what else you get in the box as well. Okay, so this is the interior box you get. It's like a kind of a line drawing, if you will, of all the buttons and stuff like that. So it's just literally a plain black and white line drawing, and then that opens up like so. He says, I have done this before. I'm just not used to juggling it and talking on the mic at the same time. So just bear with me, folks. All right, here we go. Okay, so inside would be the RODECASTER Pro. Now, I've obviously unboxed this because, you know, why wouldn't I? Because it just saves a lot of time. It's very well packaged. You get these kind of almost like wings to each side of it, and that holds the unit in place, both sides. Oh, hello. Now, make of that what you will. But there it is. Pretty impressive, I think. So 2 of those either side. You also get a box that goes in the middle of that, which has got your cable in it for your mains and that kind of thing. It comes, by the way, shipped with an adapter because Rode are Australian and they have the 2-pin connector. Now, obviously, we're a 3-pin connector here with a square plug slot on the end, so it needs an adapter that comes with it in the box, in the actual package itself. All right. So that's that. What I really like is these huge, and they are huge, wobble boards. Right? No, they're not really. What they are is like massive cards. They're really thick cards. So this one's got the picture of the whole unit on it, right? You flip that over, get the latest version. So it teaches you to kind of plug it in and get the software that they encourage you to get. You scan the QR code, that kind of thing. That brings that up. And then you've got this other one, which is a kind of easy setup guide, really. Connecting your microphone, connecting your phone with a cable, connecting your phone via Bluetooth, playing music from your computer back through the thing, which we'll show you in a minute. Recording a podcast to computer, recording a podcast to the micro SD card, connecting your headphones, connecting your speakers, all right? So that's the second card. The third one is this one here. So this has kind of got an idea of what each of the buttons and knobs and stuff do on the unit itself, all right? So that's pretty cool. Front panel, and you've got the rear panel on the back of there as well. So I think that's pretty good. And these are really good quality card, you know. You can put those up on the wall if you want to, or whatever you want to do. Just keep them with the box for future reference. You just never know when you're going to need that. So that's that. Let's get over to the unit itself, shall we? What a great idea. All right, so let's do this. Hang on, let me go to the right camera. Let me put that up there first and do this.
Love Audio!
All right, the RODECASTER Pro then, the unboxing. Let's do this. And we will bring in the NDI camera, which will show you an overhead shot of the unit itself. Give me 2 seconds, guys. There it is. All right. We are live. That is in front of it. It's a bit blurry because I'm coming in through a Wi-Fi network and not through a wired network. Rich Vibe says that's why you moved. Yes. Anyway, nice unit. Yeah, it really is. Paul Burke's in the house. Paul Burke, not seen Paul for ages, or it seems like ages. Anyway, thanks so much for joining, Paul. Hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining tonight's stream. So this is the RODECASTER Pro, and as you can see, as I'm talking, I'm on microphone 1, and there are levels coming up here left and right, and the levels on the left-hand side will show the microphone. I better not point, because like the camera's really slow because of the NDI thing, so but it is working, so that's pretty cool. Hey chubby silk, or silk. Hey chubby silk. How rude, says Rich. That must be an inside joke because I have no idea what he's talking about. So let's go through the buttons. Paul says, I'm good, exciting, you got the Rode, looks like an amazing piece of tech. It really, really is. Yeah, thank you, Paul. It is a brilliant piece of stuff. So here on Fader 1, now, again, I don't know whether this is going to come out on the screen or not, but hopefully it does. So if I press button 1, you'll see the screen change, and it gives you 3 different options. You've got microphone, audio processing, and level. So we go to microphone. Now that tells you that it's a condenser mic, so you can choose whether it's a condenser, a dynamic, or any of the Rode microphones like the NT1, the Rode Broadcaster, the Rode Procaster, the Rode Pod Mic, the Rode NT1A, or the EV RE20. Now I don't know why those are a selection that they put on there, but they just are. So I just click condenser. Okay, now what that does is automatically switches on phantom power for you. 48 volt phantom power is what you would need if you were using a condenser microphone, okay? So it automatically sets that up for you. Let's go back to the screen itself. And I'm going to press audio processing next. Now you've got 4 or 5 different options here. You've got high pass filter, okay? Now if you click that, I've got it enabled. and you can dial in the frequency at which that cuts off your lower end and bass and things like that, okay? So we've got it at 33 hertz. Now I could dial that up, and you can tell a difference already. It's up at 153 hertz. So what that's doing is rolling off more bass than I would like. So I want a bit more bass on there. So I scroll that down to about 33 again, and then leave that like that, okay? So that's good. Rich Vibes saying, hope all is well, PB. Paul Burke says, life is good. I'll be lurking and working. Brilliant stuff. Ina saying hi to Paul as well. Brilliant. Okay, let's get back to here. So that's the high pass filter. The next one is the noise gate. Now, as you know, I do like noise gates because it cuts down a lot of the computer fan that you might get. If we unenable it, is that the right word? If we, yeah. So now the noise gate isn't on, okay? And you should be able to hear birds in the background. You should be able to hear my computer fan and anything else, an ambient noise like that around here. So I'm going to enable it because it then cuts down all of that noise in the background. It's a really, really, really good piece of kit, that. Next one over is the de-esser. Now, when you put a de-esser on, it cuts down the sibilance that you get when you say the word S, for instance. That's what a de-esser does, okay? Now, I seem to have frozen, don't I? For some reason. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's back to square one. So this is a picture of the unit. So I haven't got the de-esser enabled. I'm not going to point at the screen because every time I do that, it shows a slowed down version of my hand, which is not what you want to see, right? So a de-esser, I don't have it on. If I put the de-esser on, okay, I'm going to put it on right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Peter Piper picked a piece of pickled pepper. Peter Piper picked a piece of pickled pepper. It cuts down the S's. You notice now when I say the letter S, Senor, super, sup rich, says the Cutting Edge TV. Sounds smooth, says Wayne. Hey, Paul, congratulations on the new equipment. Thank you very much indeed, Mario. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. Sup, Rich, says Mario. You kids are down with the... well, you guys are down with the kids, I should say. See, I have no clue what I'm talking about. So that's what a de-esser does. It cuts down that kind of sibilance with the S, but I tend to like a bit of S. So I'm going to take the de-esser off, and you can hear that more kind of crisp sound that you get. So let's go back to the settings again. And the next one on here, and everybody raves about this, is the Aphex settings. Okay, so click the Aphex settings on the touch screen, and you've got two things that you can adjust and change. The first one is an aural exciter. Aural, by the way, before you say it, is spelt A-U-R-A-L. Okay, not the way you think. And so if I take off the aural exciter, that then gives you a kind of flat signal, if you were. So, you know, no polished sound, no compression, all that kind of thing. So, Guy Cool says impressive stuff. Thank you. So, yeah, the Aphex aural exciter gives you some tuning, gives you harmonics, and it gives you the opportunity to mix how much you're putting through that, really. Paul likes the S, no surprise, really. I don't get it. So we'll put on enable, and you can tell the difference already. So we're going to change that slightly, but bring up some more harmonics. I've no idea what that does, but the tuning, we can tune that to an aural exciter. So the higher up you have it, the tinnier it's going to sound, the more kind of, you know, sparkle it's got on it. And the mix is at 23% currently, but if we do it all the way up, then you can see, oh my goodness gracious me, that is so sharp. So, wow, that's like, yeah, if you want some really crisp sounding stuff like that, but you'd have to put the de-esser on because that would drive you nuts, wouldn't it? That really does change the dynamics of that, so I'm going to dial that back down to about 30-odd% because I don't like the way that sounds. And the harmonics we can bring down as well. 222, okay, that's better. So yeah, that's with it off. That's with it on, okay? That's the aural exciter. The other one that they do on the Aphex is, and you're going to love this, it's called, and no word of a lie, it's called Big Bottom, okay? You can just about see it on the screen there. It's called Big Bottom, right? Now, obviously, this gives you more bass to your voice. Gives you more depth and, yeah, just an all-round kind of sound, really. So with the Big Bottom enabled, that's what you can hear currently. And then with it off, that's what you can hear. So it takes away a lot of that kind of rumble, that bass noise that you kind of sometimes get. But some people like it. I happen to like the sound of that as well, so I'm going to put that back on. And don't forget, you can dial in how much drive you want, how much tune you want. and also how much mix. I've got it on 33%, so it's not overpowering the mix. It's just about right. So let me know what you think in the comments, because obviously you guys are hearing it through YouTube, which again might decrease the quality perhaps. I mean, it's already telling me that my stream bitrate is 4,798 kilobits per second. I actually think that's quite good. But there we go. So that's probably because I'm not moving around too much. But anyway, that's the big bottom explained, okay? So you've got the noise gate, the de-esser, the high-pass filter, and the Aphex effects. I'm now going to go to compressor, because I know everybody loves a compressor, right? Right. Everybody loves a compressor. So, what does a compressor do, Paul?
Oh, I don't know. What does a compressor do? I don't know. What does it do?
Well, actually, a compressor does a number of things. It will either raise up quiet pieces of passage and speech so that you can hear it better, and it will squash down louder pieces of audio so that it's not peaking at your audience's end, in effect. All right? So on the screen itself, if we go back to the NDI camera, you can see, you can't see them moving because obviously there's not enough signal getting to it, but on the left-hand side of this window here, if it'll pick up my finger, what I'm pointing to, on the left-hand side is the unprocessed signal, and on the right-hand side is the processed signal with the compressor enabled. The left-hand side one is in yellow. Sorry, I beg your pardon. The left-hand side one is in green. The right-hand one is in yellow. And it shows you the difference. And you can dial, of course, in that depending on the settings that you like the sound of. But that's the compressor that it's got within here. And also you can increase the gain as well. So, not only can you sort out the compression, but you can sort out some gain as well. So if you haven't got enough gain coming into the microphone or coming into that particular channel, you can change the gain on it and that will give you a bit more gain. I've just put that up slightly, by the way. You may have noticed that. The ratio I've got dialed in is 2:1. Threshold is at negative 19 dB. Attack is less than 2 milliseconds. Oh, it's 0.2 milliseconds. So the attack is coming in real quick. The release is 0.22 of a second. So it's coming in really, really quickly. It's getting rid of it less than a second in duration, okay? So it's not hanging around for ages making that kind of whooshing sound that you sometimes get. And I discovered something on the mixer. I'll go back to the main screen here. On this main screen, on the right-hand side, if I can point to it without blocking your view, should come up right now. There you go, pointing it with my little pinky. Just above that phone icon on the screen is the letter M. Now that, believe it or not, is a master compressor. So I didn't realize this, but it was compressing everything I was putting through the desk. And, for recording purposes, that's okay, as long as you are aware that it's compressing everything that you're putting through it. Okay? Sometimes you might not want that. So if you're recording a commercial, for instance, and you're recording it through something else, you might not necessarily want that compression across the whole of your mix. You might just want it on one or two channels, in which case take that off. In fact, if I do that now, okay, taking the master compression off is that right now. So yes, it lessens the how can I explain this? It lessens the dynamics that you guys can hear, okay? But it's more of a natural sound. It's more of a natural sound. So what I'm going to do is put it back on, and now that's the compression back on. You can hear that it's lifted my voice in various tones across the whole spectrum. And yeah, I just think it sounds a lot better with that on. So yeah, it was a discovery. I didn't even realize until I went to that particular screen and saw the M and going, what's that? Master compression. And you've got Bluetooth on here, you've got USB, you've got smartphone, you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can dial any of those in by pressing any of these buttons across the top of the unit here as well, okay? That's really cool. Now, before we go any further, let me say hi to Wayne Cole. Wayne is my cousin. Hello, Wayne. Wayne's from South Wales. He's not from South Wales, he's from Devon. But He resides in South Wales. Good to see you on, Wayne. Hope you are well. Hope the family is well. Guy Cool, great to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Mario from the Cutting Edge TV is in the house as well. Thank you so much for joining as well. Ina from Denmark, hello to you. And yeah, Wayne says, I'm liking this a lot, very much a lot. Okay, well, the RODECASTER Pro retails, well, I got it cheaper than I could see it online in various places, to be fair, so do shop around. I got it for $425. So if you do shop around, you know, you could get a good deal on it. And to be fair, I didn't look for any second-hand ones, but I guess they're out there. I guess people, you know, try it and don't necessarily get on with it, and they might want to kind of swap it out for something else. But you know, like I'm saying, it's exactly what I need. The Studio Live 32SC desk that I had before was, you know, in essence, it was overkill for what I needed. Okay, I never ever recorded more than about 5 or 6 tracks in total. God's honest truth. So the idea of getting the RODECASTER Pro is that I've got 4 inputs on mics, okay? And that's line in as well. So, you know, as long as you've got an XLR connection, you can put a line in through there. I'm surprised, by the way, I'm really surprised that the back of the unit doesn't have the multi-connections, you know, with a jack as well that goes in the middle of the XLR socket. I'm surprised that that's not the case, but, you know, maybe upgrades to the unit itself might include those. You've also got the ability to bring in Bluetooth from your mobile phone, okay? Which I think is really, really exciting. And you can use that as a call, like a phone call, for instance. You can bring that in, which is pretty good. So that's a good feature to have. And you can also bring your phone in via a TRRS plug. That's the little mini jacks that have got like 2 lines or 2 or 3 lines on them instead of just 2. So yeah, you can bring that up on that channel there. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Sorry. On that channel there. Okay. There. Yeah, brilliant. So you've got Bluetooth there. Sorry, no, you've got computer there. You've got the phone there. And I'm waiting for the screen to catch up. And then you've got the Bluetooth there. Okay? All pretty cool. Now, what I'm going to do now is play a piece of music from the computer. I've got Epidemic Sound's funk playlist lined up. Okay? Let me show you the screen. So this is Epidemic Sound here. And I subscribe to that. If you want to subscribe to it, check out, they've got like thousands and thousands of tracks, and you can get yourself a free 30-day trial by clicking the link in the description of this video. And if you do, it helps the channel as well. So please do check it out, okay? Even if you like take the 30-day trial and you don't want to do any more, then that's absolutely fine by them. Just, you know, they would like you to subscribe and keep using it, obviously. But if you didn't want to, that's absolutely fine, okay? So I'm going to play the music through the desk itself. Okay, now I can... My gosh, hang on. Let me turn that down. Now I can hear that because what I've got settings dialed in for are pre-fade listen. So I can listen before the fader goes up. That's what pre-fade listen is, okay? Let me go back to the NDI and I'll show you. On the bottom of each of the channels, you've got 2 buttons, okay? One is the pre-fade button and the other is the mute button. Okay, so if I wanted to mute myself, just for, you know, just to clear my throat, for instance, like I just did then that's easy to do on the desk itself. You can mute yourself, all right? You can mute any of the channels as well. But if I press pre-fade listen, I can hear that really loudly in my headphones, but you can't hear a thing. Until I do this. Now you can hear the music. But the good thing is I can fade that up and down. So now you can hear the music. There we go. Put it about that kind of level, and you should be able to hear that quite nicely. Now, the thing is, I can't hear it back unless I press the pre-fade listen button because of the settings that I've included, okay? I'm going to try and show you that whilst we dial this in, okay? So go to Settings, go to Advanced, and I think we go to Audio, Processing, USB. Yeah, okay. So what it has on the screen... if you can see that, I'll try and get it closer to the screen itself so you can see it. Hang on a second. Let's dial that in. Let's wait for it to kind of settle down and stop being so. There we go, right. So I don't know if you can see that, guys, but it says USB mix minus, okay? Now what that means is that if you are doing an online call, for instance, or video conferencing, and you don't want your guest to hear themselves backwards, back and forth, and you get that kind of feedback thing going on, then that's what you would enable. I don't have it on, as you've noticed, okay? And the reason was I was having difficulty kind of dialing it in and using it with a piece of software that I use. Also, there's a thing called ducking. Now, if you put that on, what that does is if you're playing any music, it will duck the music for you. So it will dip anything coming back through the USB channel. Okay? So if you want to be able to talk over the music, then that's a great opportunity to do that. So that's what ducking does. I don't particularly want it on, which is fine. The TRRS output has a 6 dB pad. Now, what that means is a pad, when it's in context with regards to microphones, it means it reduces the volume or gains the volume by whatever it says it is. So that says it's 6 dB. So it will give you either 6 dB of gain, or it'll give you 6 dB of reduction of gain, okay? Effects edit mode is on, because obviously I would like to do that as I'm going along, which is cool. Sorry, you can see my hairy hand, you don't need that. Let me just try and swap that over. So then you've got multi-track, micro SD card, USB, bypass audio processing if you want to do that completely, and post fader. Now that's obviously multi-track if you're recording to the SD card. That's what that means, okay? None of those are put on because I don't have an SD card plugged in currently. So go back to that one, and then we'll go to operations. Now you can automatically mute outputs. You can disable the level knob. You can enable pre-fade listen, and that's what I've got on. So I've enabled pre-fader listen. So I can press one of the green buttons down at the bottom of the mixing desk. Once it focuses, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's not going to do it, is it? It's frozen. It's frozen. Oh, please yourself. Yeah, so what it does is enable pre-fade listen means... Oh, there it is. It's done it now. That's typical. So just here, where my finger is, yeah, that green button there is lit because I would like to hear what's going on that channel in my headphones. There's nothing going on that channel because that's the phone and it comes through the TRRS thing. Broadcast meters, yes, I want to see what's going out. MIDI control, I don't have that enabled, so I've left that off, okay? So lots of different settings on this. It's just, it's a fantastic piece of kit, to be fair. You can go back like that, do the micro SD card, the brightness, you can change the headphones details, limit the maximum headphone volume. You can boost the headphone volume if you wish. This will increase the volume for all headphones. Turn down your headphone volume before proceeding. I'm not going to do that, so don't worry. Bluetooth, audio, and information. So information there gives you the firmware details, which is up to date, which is cool. And then go to the home page, and that will take you back to the mixing screen. Sorry, the levels on the screen, beg your pardon. So let's wait for that to focus. There we go. So what you can see is the main outputs on left and right. That's going to my speakers. I can't hear a thing. I can just about hear that. Yeah, I don't want to feedback though, so there we go. And then on the middle there, you can see that's flashing. That's the computer music coming back in from Epidemic Sound. And then that's my microphone there on the left-hand side of the screen. Okay? So, let's go back to the socials and see if we've got any comments coming in. Okay, so Wayne says, sounds smooth. It does actually, doesn't it? It's really good, which is cool. Thank you. Let's go to that one. And yeah, Rich Vibes says, looks like a solid piece of kit too. Looks and sounds good. Paul likes the S, no surprise really. I have no idea what that means. Impressive stuff. Sup Rich says the cutting edge TV. Sound smooth. Yeah, we've got that one. Hey Paul, congratulations. Done that one. Hi Paul Burke from Ina. Life is good, I'll be lucky and working. I think we're just pretty much caught up with all the comments, just making sure. Rob Thomas says, new beginnings. Yeah, absolutely, sir. New beginnings indeed. There we go, so that's fine. And there we go with this. That's back to normal, so that's cool. Just making sure I've got everything. Rob says, I'm tuning in a little late. You're never late. It's fine. You can watch the replay. You know it. Always good to be involved, though, with a live show, don't you think? I think it's pretty cool. All right, so if anybody's got any questions on what they've seen so far, please do let me know in the comments, okay? What do we just have there? Sorry. I'm considering a purchase. This has been great. Yeah, Wit, it's one of those things that I wasn't quite sure about. I was just going to get a sound card. Danny, who's one of my guests recently on a stream, bought a new sound card on my recommendation, and we tested that live at his place down the line, of course, which was a bit weird because, you know, YouTube being what it is, you don't really get an idea of the full quality of it. However, it was a great demonstration of a great sound card, and I was just going to get one of those, to be honest with you. And excuse me a second while I take some water. And so, you know, rather than getting a big desk, I was just going to get a sound card. As long as it had enough inputs. I wasn't going to get the 2i2 because I sometimes need more than that. I was going to get like a 4i4 or 8i8 from Focusrite, because they're a great British brand. Excuse me. And I really like their gear. So that was what I was going to do. But then I'm thinking, well, if I sell the mixer, I've got enough then left over to get the RODECASTER Pro, and everybody's raving about it on YouTube and everything else. And some of the people that I mix with, you know, in the live streaming world, use this particular mixer. So I'm thinking, well, you know, why not? As long as I can use it in my studio to be able to record with, and that's our next step of demonstrating. Sammy Superstar is in the house. Hello to you, Sammy. Good to see you. Let's go with that one. Yeah, there he is. Sammy saying, hey, everyone. Thanks for joining, my friend. You've joined us almost towards the middle of the demonstration, but we've done the RODECASTER Pro, which is here. And, yeah. Pretty good. We've talked through all the settings. Catch the replay if you can. But it's in situ, it's live, it's ready, it's working. You can see things moving on there now, which is cool. And yeah, we're using it on the stream. Like the new background. No, oh, bless you. No, this isn't full time. There's no coloured lights or anything on it yet. There will be. The signage will be up on the wall, so that you won't see so much, you know, brickwork. But this is a garage. Wayne says, hey. Wayne, you're already in. So hello to you. Thanks for joining, Wayne. Brilliant. Not much they haven't thought of. Oh, I see. Brilliant. Okay, I missed your comment there. I beg your pardon. That's pretty cool. Ina saying hi to Sammy. Yeah, the new background. Let me just go to full screen. So this is essentially, it's a garage. Okay, a garage, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's where my studio is set up. I've got as close as I can to the wall on that side, because that's where there's only 2 sockets in this place, and I'm using 2, and then it goes to extension cables, and then it goes to more extension cables, because, you know, all of this kit needs power, right? So I've got 2 screens, a camera that's on full time, I've got speaker monitors, I've got the Stream Deck, I've got the RODECASTER Pro, I've got the computer, obviously. What else do I get plugged into that? There must be something else. I've got a sub bass on the floor, but I can't work out how to plug that into the RODECASTER yet. I'm working on it. I am working on it, but I can't figure out how to do it. So if anybody's got any hints and tips, let me know. Let's have a look here. Beyond 280, hello to you. Thank you very much indeed for joining. We all need a RODECASTER Pro, he says. Or he or she says. I don't know. I always assume. I shouldn't assume. Good to see you, Beyond 280. Thank you very much. If you've not subscribed yet, make sure you do. And click the bell icon. That'll let you know when we go live next, which is generally 8 p.m. BST. That's British Summer Time. Depending on where you are in the world. Beyond 280 says, heh. Cool. All right. Beyond 280. What if that's Chris? Chris, is that you from North Yorkshire? Is that you dipping in and saying hi and heh? Do let us know, won't you? So yeah, what I was going to do next is Is the music still on? Yeah, it is. Sorry, guys. I just because I'm not listening on pre-fade, am I? So let me just turn that off. Hang on, because I want to show you something else. Let me just go to my account and then log out of there. What I wanted to show you was very briefly. No, I'm from Texas, Scott. Hello, Scott. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. Really good to see you. Thank you very much. Now, what I was going to show you was my Studio One 5.5 Pro software from PreSonus. I always forget the last bit. Which is my DAW of choice, okay? So, for instance, I've got a script to record this evening for Dan Woodward, who's in the audience. Thank you very much indeed, Dan. I will get that done for you a little later on, or maybe first thing tomorrow morning, get it over to you for editing, okay? So, new test of the RODECASTER Pro. So, click on that. We go to the pip that will show you the thing. Now, this is what I... You see, the thing is, what I wanted to do is to make sure that I can get the recording into this thing and have it play back as well, and then I can edit it and do all sorts of kind of nice things with it, right? So, this is what I did. So let me return. So I was going to press the desk then, because that's what I used to do with the Studio Live. Sorry. Okay, so back to the beginning. Press play. Okay, so this is a test of the RODECASTER Pro. Playing it back through the Studio One 5.5 Pro software to make sure it all works. Using the fader as well for the buttons. Not too bad at all, and then we fade that out. Like that. End of recording. You see, so, you know, from my point of view, for exactly what I want it to do, it does what it says on the tin. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't fault that. And don't forget, I'm using the same microphone. It's no different. This is the Behringer C1. $30, $30, 30 UK pounds, 31-ish. I'm selling it on my Love Audio Bits website for £31, okay? If you want to know where that is, get yourself over to there. loveaudiobits.co.uk. And by the way, can you see the sign just behind there? Look. Let me get the microphone out of the way. Look. Love Audio Bits. See? So, yeah. If you want audio spares, microphones, cables, all that kind of thing, you're based in the UK, get yourself over there. On sale currently for £31. The Behringer C1 condenser mic. Sounds amazing for the price. I don't know how long it'll last. I don't really care, to be fair, because, you know, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. At that kind of price, it doesn't really matter. So we've done that as a test. What I'm going to do is show you that in its you know thing. So let me go to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's turn that off. If you don't turn the monitor off, let me go back to the screen so you can see what I'm doing. So if you don't turn that monitor off, what you get is it repeating itself. So like that, and which is really annoying. So that's because it's coming back through the desk. And if I turn the desk down and then do that, all I'm getting on pre-fade is a really annoying split-second delay. I don't know if you get it in the you have to take the headphones off if that's the case, because it just really confuses you. So I don't want to listen to that. That's called latency. Okay, so there's about a 50 milliseconds, maybe a 30 milliseconds delay with that coming back. So that's really annoying. But if I put that up, you're probably going to hear that echoing, and that's where it starts to get annoying. So I'm going to turn that off, and then I can monitor through the desk, and hopefully you don't get that nasty echo stuff going on. Do let me know if it does happen, okay? So we've got that coming in. I didn't want it too loud, so I'm just going to make sure the volume's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. There we go. So let's get rid of that. Wait. That's it. Okay. So now we press record, and what's happening is you can see this live on the screen. This is recording my voice through channel 1 of the RODECASTER Pro and making us a stereo channel like so, or stereo recording, I should say, out of a mono microphone, right? So let's end the recording there. Go back to the beginning. RCP for the win. Absolutely, Mr. Matt Haas. Matt Haas is in the house with awesome wood things. Good to see you, sir. Glad to know that your new studio is getting really, really, really well put together. Well, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So let's go back to this. Turn on big bottom. I have. My big bottom is on, sir, but it's not as big as yours because I don't like so much bass. So my big bottom is on. My Aphex Twin is on, but it's not as big as yours. Love the sound effects on this. And yeah, so let me play that back to you through the channel itself. Here we go. We press record, and what's happening is you can see this live on the screen. This is recording my voice through channel 1 of the RODECASTER Pro and making us a stereo channel like so, or stereo recording, I should say, out of a mono microphone, right? Let's end the recording there. Okay, so now you've seen that records straight into there. So, you know, and it doesn't have to be stereo, by the way. This is a stereo mix, but, you know, you can do this mono just by pressing that. I can't see it, sorry. On the top of each of the record sessions on Studio One 5.5 Pro from PreSonus, you get this. So this is a stereo channel. You can easily swap it to mono and then change the input, okay, when it allows me to. Hello. Right, yeah. So, let's have a look here. Track 2. Desk mic, no, because they're not plugged in. Let's go to I/O setup. And we can add a mono track. Okay. Just like that. And it's done it down here, so we can just click M like that. And so look here, what am I trying to do? Let me think. Okay. Let's try input 1. That's not going to work, is it? No. Okay, let's ignore that. Let's click cancel. And yeah, so you bring in, so look at none. Why is it not doing it? Why is it not doing it? Desk mic, booth mic. We don't have any of those anymore, so I can get rid of those. Tracks. Nope. Track 2. Inputs and outputs. Okay, well, that's fine. Maybe. Okay, fine. Okay. So let's cancel out of that. Let's make that back into stereo. And then it will give us the stereo channel that we need. But like I say, it's because it's bringing it in from inputs 1 and 2. There's got to be a way where you can change that. I just haven't set it up yet. Okay. But you can see that it's working. And then you just press record. And then away you go. It's recording now. And we stop that. We can play it back. It's recording now. And we stop that. We can play it back. So that gives a true representation of the kind of audio you get through this microphone, which is pretty cool. And, you know, and then, you know, you can process this accordingly. So if we bring the mixer up and then we look at browsing through effects, for instance, we can put anything on it that we want. So for instance, if you wanted an amplifier on that track, we can do that. And we can choose what it sounds like. So we click various things. So we've got an amplifier on there. We've got a different cabinet. So when we play it back, it's recording now, and we stop that. We can play it back. It sounds like an electronic, electric guitar amp. Okay, and that's exactly what it's designed to do. So we play that back again. It's recording now, and we stop that. We can play it back. How cool is that? That's pretty cool. So, you know, you can, so if we did, it's recording now, and we stop that, we can play it back. So if I, for instance, if I recorded that, so if I went, right? Now let's play this back through the amp. Have a listen. So, if I went, Oh, yeah, hours of fun. So that's great. You know, what it means is that, you know, you can record into this and then process it accordingly, put any kind of effects on it, whatever you want to do, which is, I think, fantastic, to be fair. So, yeah. Does anybody have any final questions before we wrap this baby up? No? Good. All right. So that's the RODECASTER Pro from Rode. RODECASTER Pro is the new mixer in the studio here. Da-da-da-da. Very, very pleased to be having that in my studio. And let me just give you a quick... Oh, there you go. That's the screens and the microphone and the camera, rather. That's the big light overhead. And as you can see, these are the eaves of the garage. That's the RODECASTER down there. And then if I turn around, it's pretty cool, huh? All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed tonight's demonstration of the RODECASTER Pro. And if you have any questions, if you're watching this on the replay, for instance, drop them in the comments, and I'll do my best to get around to answering them as soon as I possibly can. But for now, thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, guys. Look after yourselves. Bye for now.